of 2022, and I've got something very important to tell you. Not really. Why am I here? Why am I talking to you? I thought I would introduce the song. Introduce the song? Okay. I really didn't plan this out very well, did I? And I'm not a great public speaker. As you can tell, I'm putting my hand behind my back, and that is a sign of hiding something. Am I hiding something from you? I really don't want to be hiding anything from you, but it would appear so. So, nope. Palms open. See, I'm not holding anything. I'm not keeping a nice little pocket of food inside there from you. I'm not keeping that delicious piece of banana that, nope, no banana in there. Okay, what were we going to talk about here? We're going to talk about YouTube and my recollection of it. I'm going to do my best to try not to bore your brains out. So I'm going to have to add some cool little funny stuff where I come up to the camera and be all goofy and you know, because if I'm not funny or self-deprecating in some way, you're going to click right off of this video before even getting to the song, which, by the way, if you would like to just skip forward to it, you can. I won't hold it against you. Or will I? Old YouTube, eh? How about that old YouTube, eh? Back in the day, what did we do? We would just click on the home page and pop, 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 pop. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos pop up. Their thumbnails pop up. A small description, I believe, next to them. And how many views they had accrued. And when you got your video on the front page, you accrued the views. You accrued them very, very quickly. And it led to a lot of people being exposed to an audience, being found, if you will. I was always hoping somehow for some chance at being on that YouTube front page, that somehow it would help me to find an audience for, well, let's face it, what I was making wasn't that great, was it? If it was that great, maybe it might have been featured, but it wasn't. And looking back today at my efforts at trying to, quote-unquote, make it as a YouTuber, trying to create music videos and other types of content as well, where I try to prove myself to be a funny person, which I'm not really. I mean, I have a funny face sometimes. Hey, you think I have a funny face? So, yep, that's that. Never really happened for me. But it happened for a lot of people. A lot of people blew up. And a lot of people went to their video that blew up and liked, commented, and subscribed. And then I would often do the same, you know, check out their video, sometimes comment, sometimes subscribe. And a lot of the time, these people would be given a chance, if you will, by being featured. And I would watch as, following that, many times this was the case, that these people would just slowly produce less and less videos. They would sort of dwindle. I mean, they would, some people would make the most of it. Some people would really push further and push ahead and try to make better and more interesting videos from that starting point. But a lot of people would just sort of continue doing mostly the same thing with a higher quality video camera, higher quality sound, but mostly the same thing. Wouldn't be much branching out. Wouldn't be, I don't know, it's just kind of sad sometimes. You would now you go over to those people's YouTubes, people who blew up, wow, was it 14, 15 years ago? And you look at their channels now, some of them may be still producing videos, but then you look at the amount of attention those videos are getting and compared to the millions of views they used to get. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, it speaks to how YouTube has changed over time, how it works today, and how views, how attention is gotten. And I think it kind of speaks to what YouTube felt like or was back in the day. Back in the day, it was still the Wild West of internet video, if you will, internet streaming video. And there was a lot of content that was just people speaking, people talking on video and just talking about their regular old lives and some of the problems they had, some of the weird thoughts they'd gotten, some experiences that they wanted to share with us. It was really, really interesting experiences. Gotta do the funny. Okay, enough of the fun, but not enough, obviously. So now we get to, listen to people's going through their real life experiences and talking about their challenges and their struggles. And sometimes it would get really personal, talking about going through a divorce or a breakup or things that were really, strong emotionally, and the sharing of sadness, a letting out of sadness, a sharing of sadness, of things that made us feel things that made us feel. We were allowed to feel these things, and then people would be able to relate to those things because everybody feels, and that's the beauty of talking with people, is that you relate to them, and then you realize you're not quite so alone in the world. But at the same time, you talk with people, and then you also realize how alone you are in the world, because people will challenge you. People will see you in a way that you don't necessarily see yourself, and then you're going to feel also the opposite of relating, alienating. You'll feel alienation too sometimes. People will talk about experiences that you don't relate to, or they'll talk about decisions that they made that you just don't understand or get. You may judge them for that. People may judge you for that. And then you become alienated. So, with the videos, I kind of miss it. I mean, I'm making this video here because I missed it. I miss what YouTube used to be. I miss the kind of community of it, and I miss how it was about community. It wasn't so much about like who's the most popular. I really feel like today YouTube just became another everything else. You got your popular kids who are making tons of money on YouTube, and a bunch of nobodies. But when YouTube was starting out, you had a few rising stars, but there were a lot of equal opportunity. Had an equal opportunity feeling a lot more than I get from YouTube today. And it felt like everybody's voice counted. You could create a video that responded to a video, that replied to a video, and that video would pop up under the video that you responded to, that you replied to. Video replies, it was called. And anybody could do it. You could put a video reply to somebody else. And yeah, as soon as somebody else posted another video reply, that one would, push you further down the list, but there you would be. And I don't know, it was cool. I liked it. I liked having control over my channel too. Back then there were a lot more customization options. I remember doing really fun things with the backgrounds and the buttons and stuff like that. Not anymore so much. I think you get to choose your profile picture and your banner picture. That's about it. And you might, I don't know if they still let you do the little blueprint on the video, watermark print. I know mine's still up there because I put it up there a long time ago. I guess maybe the people can still do that. I don't know. I remember people I made videos where you could click on something in the video and it would send you to another video, and you could have these sort of interactive videos that way. That was really cool. Just in the middle of, or send you to a different part of the video. Kind of, it just was it was more interactive. And it was really so interesting. But things get streamlined. More or less, it's about getting the most utility out of it. The most utility also means getting the most value out of it. And in terms of value, that has to do with making money. And that's the way the world works. I'm not going to bemoan the fact that the world works in such a way that money is important. It is important. It is important. I wish I had more of it. I wish I had more money. But I'm happy with the amount that I have. It's not much, but it keeps me going, and I keep going, and that's what more can I ask for, just to keep going. I'm not one of those hyper ambitious people who's trying to be cutthroat. I've learned about myself that I can't really fit in with people all that well most of the time. Most of the time I get a lot of stress in my life from interactions with other people, and probably because I am more of an alienator than a relator. I tend to focus on some negatives, and then I want to be able to fix them. Be like, we could be doing this in a different way. Or why are you doing it like that? And then it just, I have to say that this part of my life, I have mostly, in a large way, withdrawn myself from society, from people in general. I don't spend a lot of time interacting with strangers or coworkers or anybody that much, really. And to some degree, I have to say maybe that's one of the reasons why I've mellowed out. And, I'm feeling a lot happier, a lot less stressed. Sleep comes easily and feels great. I remember watching a video recently that was talking about how hell is other people. It was talking about how when we see ourselves, we have an image of ourselves. Nobody else can really see what that image that we have of ourselves. And then the other people, when they see us, they create their own image of us in their minds, and they say to themselves, "Oh, you're that." And then it turns you into something that you kind of feel like you're maybe not. And that's an alienating feeling. Like, you guys think I'm like this. You guys think, oh, I'm just doing it for the fame, or I'm just doing it for the money. I just want all that money. And I'm just reminding myself that this video probably wasn't entertaining enough to grab your attention up until now. But, oh well. Why did I do this? Why did I get here? I should just play the video. Well, I was wanting to say something, and I guess I went off on many a tangent. And then, now we come back to this, old YouTube. I made a video a while ago, and this was a time when things were rough. Maybe I should have made more vloggy videos, but I would express myself through my songs, through my lyrics. But now that I look back at a lot of the things I sang about and think about how much pain I must have been in, but at the same time, I'm putting my old self, I'm judging it now, because today I choose happiness. Because today I choose not to be self-pitying, not to wallow in defeat, not to be, I don't know, there's something something like a malaise that I was in. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it was almost as though I was not allowing myself to be happy, not allowing myself to feel fulfilled until I got something, until I reached some point in life, until I found true happiness. And maybe I found it. Maybe I found my heaven because I've separated myself from the others. Or maybe I've had a change of heart. Maybe I've decided, I made the choice not to be sad, not to be angry or upset, not to allow things to get me down. And it's hard to listen to those old songs sometimes now because they represented who I was at the time. But I've become such a different person. I almost wonder, like, did someone possess me? Now I'm some alien inside me possessed me and changed me into this sort of lovey-dovey, gotta be nice to everybody kind of guy. You know, I used to be so full of rage and anger, and I used to be so full of selfishness, to be frank, selfishness as well, wanting some things for myself and demanding it from some people, and I was toxic. I was a toxic person. I was, as they say it, toxic masculine person. I was. And that's not really a joke. And I regret it. And those of you who are subject to it, I do realize how terrible it was, and it doesn't feel like the right time to say it, but I do apologize. And I mean that sincerely. And I hope that I've realized what it was and how I can be now and be all right and not be like that again. Anyway, so one of my old songs that was like that, I would consider to be very toxic, kind of woe is me. I wanted to make that song again, but for it to be different, for it to come from who I am today. And maybe 10 years in the future, I'll look back on this day and say, oh, you were toxic then, or you were this then, you were that then. You still had a lot to learn. Maybe I still have a lot to learn. Sure. If I have 10 more years, that would be great. I want all the years I can have, you know? I like years. I like time. Time is good. Time allows for great things to happen if you want them to happen. And I do. And maybe 2023 will be the year that great things happen if you want them to. I want them to. And I want you to listen to this song, and I hope you do enjoy it. And I want to wish you, my dear long-time subscriber, friend, who knows who you are, whoever you are, I really hope that you have a great year and that 2023 is a year of discovery, of learning, of great experiences, and everything you would want. Stand and rise above, purpose leading you to a promised land. Can't I come with? try my best to be a prince. Choosing happiness is that easy. Make the choice. Is that what you are? The universe, the God is forever loved. It's all there in your mind. Existence one of a kind, and it is what you say. Stand with life anew. Shake off remnants of past illusions. And I come with you, have known it long. The brief, your powerful monologue is within you, it's within you. All the universe, the goddess of Babylon. You turn the jealous eyes, whose wishes will never pass. Stop the clock and paint a violent shot. Fire away just like it's yesterday. Days when we were riding high above. Start the tape, I want this memory. Take a picture, one day we will love. Place it in a book with all my friends. Stand down, back down. All your hard work and sacrifice